hi-hat. We were just walking through the park, or in this case, walking in the beach. Walking through the rain. In the rain? Walking around the beach with Hey. Hey.
Happy Saturday.
Hello, good evening, good morning, wherever you are in the world.
Exactly. You guys can see us and hear us. Can you see all of his head?
Yes. Yes. Everyone,
I realize some of the shows he's like cut off.
We're gonna be like, look, what are they talking about? You can see you guys clearly. All of you. Just because it's Saturday night doesn't mean we've totally gone triple X on y'all. Don't worry.
Right? So happy Saturday, everybody. Thank you for joining us. We are doing a late edition of the live show, but we are here. We are ready to go because we got some stories for you this week in an episode called You Thought. Because a lot of people be out there thinking things that they shouldn't be thinking, and you thought. So before we go into all of that, we are going to introduce ourselves in alphabetical order.
Hey, everybody. I am Garcia, and I am part of the Not Your Typical Girl Talk crew. Not Your Typical Girl Talk is a show featuring us talking about all of the foolishness on the internet, all of the stuff that you want to say probably, out there on the street, but you're afraid. We're not afraid to talk about it here at Not Your Typical Girl Talk. So I am happy to be with my like-minded brethren right here. And thank you for joining us tonight.
Yeah, tonight. Tonight. I'm so happy to be here with my crew. Hello, everyone. Hello. It is Telly, Ellie.
Oh, wow.
That's it. Oh, wait a minute. That was so dry. I was like, wait a minute. Body, yada, yada, go to the You know what? Anyway. Hey, y'all. It's so great to be here with you guys. With my brethren, we're talking about the things that are happening in this weird place we call planet Earth. I'm not going to waste any time. Shiva sis, go ahead, girl. Go ahead.
I am Sheba. They call me Sheba. Let me just say the internet, not the internet, because the internet is where you go and Google good information. The internet is where all the foolishness lies, and we be looking at the internet. So the internet always delivers, and it delivered 4 stories for us today. That's just like, Jesus, Father, help them, Lord. But before we go into that, I am going to have my partner in crime introduce himself. Who you is this week?
I think we just got started on Robbie 3X.
Okay, Robbie 3X.
Okay,
Robbie
3X.
Oh, 3 times, 3X, 3 times. Robbie 3 times.
Robbie X 3 times.
Yeah, I think I'm with that. We just got set.
Okay, then, every week.
Half the reason
another new promo, because in the promo,
we're going to get today.
Right in the promo, he's Robbie Rob. Now I got to change it to Robbie 3 times. 3X, 3 times.
Yeah,
okay.
3 times.
Okay. The special male correspondent, we got to now change his info in the promo. Okay, we see. Okay. Whatever. But listen, just like he thought, there are a lot of people out there that they think that some of the things that they do make sense. And there has been a story that has set the internet all ablaze. Let me get my iPad because I got to read it for y'all to understand. I mean, dating is hard. We get it. You know what? And you want to qualify the person you're dating with if you're dating with intention. However, this particular young lady decided she wanted to qualify her partner in a way that I don't think most of us would think about. Okay? And if you've seen this story, you're gonna be intrigued by some of the things that we're reading. And I cannot find the article. I'm about to find it. But let's just say she decided to take some extra people on a date with her. Now, would you ladies, if you were invited on a date, bring extra people?
No. No matter what I'm trying to prove, I would not. Unless I was trying to prank the guy.
I have no reason to bring other. Why would I bring other people on a date?
Rob, would you bring other people on a date?
Huh?
Right, exactly. Also that.
What?
That's the perfect response.
Like, would you bring extra people on a date?
I think showing up on a date with a +1 is kind of like,
Exactly.
So plus 22 is definitely like.
So
But I'm
he
not
done let that.
Chinese,
He done let
so I
that,
don't
that
know.
thing out the
There might be
bag.
some type of like cultural something. I don't know. I'm just
That's
thinking
a that's a hella
there's not a
cultural
lot of
thing.
reasons
That's a
to do
lot.
something like that.
So
Bring extra
I'm just
people.
gonna turn this around for the people live to see. I don't know if they can see.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Probably reverse.
So women takes 23 members of her family on a blind date with her to test how generous the man is, but it totally backfires. A bloke, I like that. A bloke. A bloke was left with an enormous bill when his blind date brought 23 members of her family with her to test his generosity. However, her rather bizarre tactic well and truly backfired, unsurprisingly, when her date known as Mr. Lou did a runner. The rather ambitious singleton was then left to foot the bill at a cool, it was 3,100 US, where sure she was less than pleased. The couple's date took place at a restaurant in eastern Chinese province of Zhejiang, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right, according to a local paper. According to the publication, it had been Mr. Lu's mom who had set up the meeting after becoming concerned about his lack of dating life. In hope to impress his date, Mr. Lu had agreed to pay for the meal, not realizing that her entire extended family would be joining them. The woman then explained to local media that she wanted to test her date's generosity before committing to a relationship. While Mr. Lu was happy to pay for a small portion of the meal, he insisted that the woman and her family should be paying for their share. Completely understandable. 23 family members.
I'm surprised she got 22 stupid people in her family that would go along with her and be like, "You sure, girl? Like, no one said you sure? You sure? He don't even know you."
Thank you. It's a blind
And-
date.
Yeah, first of all, this is the first date. So that's the first
Yes,
thing,
first
right?
date, a blind first
And
date.
it's a
He
blind
doesn't know
date.
you.
And then third, you are going to find out if this man is worth being with after one date. Like, this is not even a cultural thing. I'm trying to understand what is happening because you called up your entire family and you were like, y'all, I'm going on a date Saturday. Let's all like meet up at the restaurant. And yeah, it's okay. He's going to pay for it because I'm testing his, his generosity.
That's
Is
a
that
lot.
the thing you're testing? His generosity? You're not testing his gullibility or his ridiculousness or
Tolerance.
Yeah.
or how far
Tolerance.
he's willing to let a woman he just shook hands with. Like, hi, nice to meet you.
Pay
How,
for everybody.
how far you're
It's
gonna
a
let her push
family
you?
affair.
What?
Imagine
It was that.
man, let's play Marvel What If for a second. Imagine he was a passive type of gentleman and he felt embarrassed by the tactic and he just paid for her
Oh
family.
my god.
I can just imagine, fast forward a year or two, he is married and basically is like the village provider. You know what I mean? Like he is, everyone in the family now feels comfortable coming to Mr. Lou, like, I need this,
Right?
that, or the third. Because right off the door, you came in like Santa Claus, paying for the whole family
Dropping.
to have a nice meal.
Merry Christmas.
When you're just trying to get to know they family man, like daughter, cousin. I mean, you got everybody there.
Right? And the thing is, we always talk about on the show, we talk about, budgeting and, when you're going to take someone out on a date, you budget. Maybe this man was like, I've got $200, I'm going to take her to a nice restaurant to impress her. Mm-hmm. So he was really like feeling this, like to say, I'm going to go out and do a good job on this date. And then 23 people show up.
Show
Just
up. Imagine like maybe like
showed.
she comes and he sees like a whole herd of people coming in. He's like sitting there like, I don't know where they're going, and they're coming closer to him, and he's like, wait, what's going on? Am I being punked? And they all sit, and he's like, wait, what?
I
Dude,
could
I
not
wouldn't even, at that
find.
point, the minute that they sit, I stand up and I'm gone. I'm not even gonna wait to hear what they're ordering because I didn't sign up for that.
Gone.
I couldn't find 23 people to call to say, I have a date Saturday at 7. Please be. I don't have 20, and I'm a popular girl.
Yeah,
I couldn't think of 23 people that would really be like, cool, Sheba, we'll be there on your first date. What Rob sounds great. 23.
23.
yeah, that's a serious logistical
Yes.
accomplishment.
Yes!
You know, at
Yes,
the
it
same
is.
time, coordinated. First off, this is obviously an international situation because you couldn't get 23 black people together on time for one date.
That part.
And
That part.
they
It
would
would
be
be at
like,
least
wait
6
a
or 7
minute.
cousins late.
Thank you. They'd be like, wait a minute, who's this guy that you're meeting? Wait, is this a birthday party? Like, why are we all? I thought this was a date. Why are we? Why do you want me to come? Like, do you understand most people having parties these days don't even have 23 people show up?
What? 57 shots of Douce.
What? And I guess this restaurant had no restrictions because I mean,
Right?
COVID is still here.
Yeah, they all
There's
get
no
that.
restrictions on that restaurant.
Obviously,
so
no
like,
6 feet. Yeah.
No
Oh,
COVID
yeah, what's happening?
restrictions.
I'm so
So let's just say she thought
thought.
that that was a good idea, and she lost. Imagine you're one of these 23 people, and now you're on the hook to split a third. Let's just say he paid $200 of it. Now you're on the hook to split, say, $2,900. That's over $100 each. You thought you were getting a free meal.
Right. And I don't want to assume, but I'm sorry, anybody that showed up on this free date, there's someone that's mighty hungry and desperate for food. So so they showed up with no money in their wallet to pay for
Zero. I listen, I won't lie. I'd have been one of the family members that showed up with my necklace and my keys.
Girl, high five. I wouldn't show up for them either. I'd be like, okay, let's sit the box side down and go.
I would have had my tiny purse with my keys for my car and my lip gloss. There would have been nothing else in that purse. I wasn't paying for nothing. So I'd have been like, sorry, Tiff, you're on your own. I'm out. You don't do that to the man, and you don't do that to the people you invited. That was just, I think her face is going to be on something in Xinjiang, China, saying, do not date. There is no way.
Like, how you don't do that to yourself? Like, what the hell? Like, how did the introductions go? I'm just curious. I'm Tina.
And this is all.
And then people keep walking by and shaking his hand. They keep walking by and shaking his hand. Like,
It's like a receiving line at a wedding. That's a receiving line at an intimate wedding.
Girl, yes.
Most COVID weddings did not have 23 people.
No.
And you invited your entire family, your grandfather,
Everyone.
your mother, your cousin,
Great
maybe
uncle.
even some friends.
I would love screenshots of that group text.
Right?
Hi, Stacy. Sorry, just saying hi.
Stacy.
She said she loves the green girl.
Yes.
No, I just think that is the most. We had to start off with that because I thought, listen, again, dating is hard, but ladies, if a man asks you out on a first date, or your mama or your cousin sets you up on a blind date, don't bring nobody else.
Especially not 24.
I don't even care what other person. Don't bring your mama. Don't bring your kids. Don't bring the uncle. Don't bring a chaperone. I saw actually.
No, there's chicks bringing their sisters and moms.
I was just about to say that. So
there is that.
I was watching an episode of Love and Hip Hop Miami, and Amara La Negra brought her mama on a business dinner date, and the guy had to pay for the mama. The mama's not her manager, but she's like, I don't go nowhere without her mama. Well, girl, you're not going nowhere because that is ridiculous.
That's
bullying.
silly. No.
He's all on TV, and now he's obviously like, it's bad for business if he balks at that. Like, I ain't paying for her, but it's also like in his mind, I'm sure he felt very violated.
The gall.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
for sure.
Because I'm big guarantee, though, he didn't know that until she showed up.
Pretty much.
If she would have texted, I'm on the way with my mama, he wouldn't have been there when she got there.
right.
True that. True
Exactly.
that.
Exactly.
So, ladies, again, leave everybody at home on the first date. That's it. We have nothing else.
You on the
Yeah.
date, not you and co.
Because you're testing the man, but nothing about what you're testing is going to make him feel good.
Thank you.
Now, let's talk about interesting and testing.
Mm-hmm.
So, how do you guys feel about living together before marriage?
I see nothing wrong with it.
I see nothing wrong with it as long as you've got your boundaries and your rules set up. You did the talk.
That's
You
it.
know,
You
you
have
talk
your
through as to
contract.
this is how we are going to live. You
Nothing
know,
wrong with
this
it.
is, you know, this is how the bills are going to be split, or if there are going to be split.
Mhm.
You know, we're doing this with the intention of eventually
The next
buying
step,
property or getting
whatever that
married,
might be.
whatever
Mhm.
that might be.
But there's nothing
I
wrong
say
with
as long
that.
as one person doesn't feel like their soul is in jeopardy.
That's it.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, do you think that I think Garcia said it best, usually if you're moving in together, it's because your relationship is going somewhere,
Right.
right? It's probably going to marriage. It's a long term because you're living your life with intention.
Right.
Now, as a part of that, would you think trust would be an important factor if you're going to be moving
Yeah.
in with someone?
100%.
It is the factor.
100%.
So how would you feel if you had found in a place with your live-in person, and you're paying rent, everything's going well, only for that person to go on TikTok to reveal that in reality they were your landlord and they didn't know? Well, that is what a young lady did on TikTok. She went on TikTok and she revealed that her and her boyfriend have been living in an apartment for the last year, and he doesn't know that she is actually his landlord.
Wow.
So the direct deposits he's making is actually going into her bank account. She's owned the property for 5 years. Thoughts? Because I'm going to read the article.
How long had they been together?
It did not say,
Okay.
but it did say that they've at least been living together for a year. So let's add another maybe 6 months to that.
Yeah.
And let's say 1.5 to 2 years.
Okay.
I'm going to take a stab in the dark and assume that there were probably some lies of omission.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them.
Yep.
A lot of them.
Yep.
So let's hear what the internet had to say. She said, Naturally First said she finessed that. I would use some other words, but we're going to read the article and see what
A
other
lot
people.
of lies by omission.
How did you know? Girl and Jean, we're about to find
great
So,
question.
Who do I make this out to?
a woman has divided the internet with the claim that she's secretly her boyfriend's landlord and that he's been paying their rent, oblivious to the fact that it goes straight into her pocket. The revelation came as part of a video posted to TikTok by Jane Doe, whatever zero, that has already been viewed 1.3 million times on the platform and can be viewed here. I'll show it in a second.
Mhm.
In the clip, the original poster, Jane, explained that she's been living with her boyfriend for the past year, adding that he pays the rent and all the major bills. So she basically pays zero.
Right.
Unbeknownst to him, however, his other half is actually also his landlord and has owned the place for 5 years. Okay?
Mhm.
Now, evidently happy with the supposed arrangement, the video ends with Jane sticking 2 fingers up in the air. She was like this in a symbolic show of victory. The accompanying caption reads, "So his direct deposits are going straight to me," followed by several smiling emojis. Now, she said, do y'all think he'll be mad once he finds out? Now, this is where it gets interesting with the comments, because the comments were very telling. So
Mhm.
many who commented on the post thought he would. One person said what she was doing was so wrong. Shows you're just using him, wrote poor guy. One person said that's sneaky. Another person says if you have to scheme like this to be with a man, you're sad. He's a good man and doesn't mind taking care of you. He gone soon as he finds out. And then another person said nothing like building a relationship on lies.
That part.
That is the part that for me.
Yup.
Right? Now
Yeah.
for the people who agreed with her. They said one person said you is smart, you is kind, you is important, girl. Okay. It's an investment and security for you if the relationship ends. You are being compensated for your time and effort, sis.
What?
Another person said, while it has been deceitful, ultimately he has to pay rent anyway, so low key, it's a fair trade. Another person said, it's the same as renting from someone you know. Another lady writes, I'm screaming with laughter. You're brilliant. This is the best one. One mess up equals eviction, they explain. Girl, you are smart.
Hmm.
And
Wow.
for anybody interested, this is the video.
Mhm.
There's no sound, so
Yeah, it's just
as
her
you can see,
smiling.
she's happy, she's gloating. It is a thing, and she is proud of what she's doing.
Basically going, nah, 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 nah. That's what she's doing.
It's so wrong, though.
Yeah.
That's wrong
When I
as hell.
first
Well,
heard
let's
this,
get,
Yeah,
like
but-
to hear,
yeah,
you know,
so when I
as a
first heard this,
man,
I tried to play
There are no
devil's
personal
advocate
issues.
for her. And I'm like, what's screwed up about it is the biggest issue is, again, it's a lie of omission. And when he finds out, he's going to feel really deceived and
Mhm.
made a fool of. You know what I mean? And he probably wouldn't even have a problem with it in the first place. But because he's doing it anyway. But the thing about it is like, damn, the bro don't even get like a friends and family discount, nothing. Like, you know
Thank
what I'm
you.
saying? Like that's where it's like, it shows like zero compassion. She's charging him 100% market rate
Right.
while she's in a relationship with this man. So if at bare minimum, she's like, yo, babe, I do own the building. So it was never a conversation because I'm sure he ain't had no problem with paying his weight.
No.
Exactly.
But the deceitful lying, and then how did he wind up finding out? TikTok.
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 Yeah,
Salute to you,
make a
bro.
whole video.
Yeah. So like, salute to you, bro. If you was the bigger man and you took the high road and you was like, yo, we solid. Like we talked about it, we squashed it out. But I would never trust that woman again.
No.
No way. No, I
No.
can't. No.
Yeah, and so my opinion on it is, I do believe this guy is a good guy. He has decided that he is going to pay, you know, all the major bills and pay the rent. So he would have done it anyway. So why lie to him? You know, why lie? Plus, what people got to understand, listen, women, the one thing that makes a woman ultra feminine is her ability to be ding, 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 honest. And in my mind, I feel she should have said, babe, look, it's kind of like if you won the lottery. Toshiba, you won the lottery. You won $10 million. And you never told Rob that you won the money.
That's wrong.
That's what it's
Yeah,
the same
cool.
thing. And then you go on TikTok showing the cash saying, yes, I made it, girls. And your poor Rob doesn't even know that you won this money, and he's driving around town and people are like, yo, I saw your girl online. I didn't know she won the lottery.
Yo.
Like, that's embarrassing.
Yeah.
So
Thank you.
dishonesty and
Thank
embarrassment, which are two of the number one things I hate.
I'm glad
Me
y'all got
too.
to it. I'm glad y'all got to it. One of the rules she stresses with me, we talked about it a few weeks ago, don't embarrass me in public. Her behavior and her actions and the way of going about it is the definition of public embarrassment. She got the boy look like a fool out here.
Thank you.
And that's the thing, like, she put it on TikTok. She went on a worldwide platform.
She took time
Where's
to
the
make that
She
video.
sat in her car.
Where's the
She
respect for
put
your
up the
hard-working
TikTok,
man?
record. doing peace signs, like she's
the same energy it would have taken to tell him the
just
truth.
tell the man the truth.
They
I
both
don't
could have been up in
understand
the
this
video.
generation. I don't get it. I don't get
This
it.
is, you know what? I think it's even more disturbing is the people who are co-signing that.
Mhm.
It is the issue with that is if you're having a relationship with intention, with the intention to move forward to be with this person, honesty, trust, respect is a huge part of that. So
Very
he's having a relationship with intention and she's profiting.
Yeah,
That
Not
can
right.
put you in there.
yeah.
Not right. She
And
learned from
imagine this.
Jada.
She learned from Jada.
Not Jada, girl.
But
Listen.
check this out. How much doper would the
Girl.
TikTok video have been of her like sitting in the car and he comes to sit in the car and hands her the rent money? Like, this my landlord, y'all.
At least it would have been funny.
That's
It
it.
would have been dope. It would have been like people would have been like, "Oh, I heart this. Oh, little heart emojis going up on it." That's a healthy situation.
But she's sitting up there with the this and that.
No respect to
Fine.
him.
And she's doing
Right?
this like, oh, I'm so
Cool.
smart. I'm so smart. And it's just like, you like, again, you know what, Ma, here is the issue that I'm having. We keep hearing the narrative that there are no good black men out there and black men aren't taking care of their women and black men aren't this. And sis, you got one and you out there embarrassing him 1.3 million times. Every time this video is shown, you are embarrassing that man. Move on. You need to go your way and give that man to somebody else.
Imagine
Agreed,
all his
agreed.
friends. Like, yo, Jaina is wilding on TikTok, bro. Did you know that? You know how many times he got asked that that day? That video hit and went viral or whatever?
Listen, his phone was definitely
Huh.
ding, ding, ding. There is nothing cool about that man having to now explain something that he didn't even know.
His mama called him.
His mama.
Called him. There's a TikTok video going around. Do you know about this? Like, oh my God. That's bad, man.
I do want to say this. Imagine if the roles were reversed.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say the guy
Was the landlord.
was the landlord, and
She-
the girl was
okay.
like, "Oh, it's okay, honey. You know, I'll pay 70%. Let's even,
Yeah.
I'll pay 70% of the bills." People would be on there saying how he's a horrible man.
He's a
and
no
how
good
he's
man.
trash.
How dare you,
Yeah.
that poor woman paying all the bills.
How you gotta pay half the rent and you own the building?
Even half, even
Even
40%,
Yep.
even the major bills. It would have been,
Pay
you
the
see
major bills,
what we
sis.
say? Protect black women, the old men are nothing. But again, we got women telling her she's smart, she's kind, she's important because
You're being
somehow
deceitful.
he's a sucker for wanting to. So now a man who, so that one, they can't smile at men. The men aren't taking care of them. And now a man who does take care of you is a sucker.
Okay.
The girl said, one mistake equals eviction.
Yeah, that hurt.
One
That kinda
mistake.
screwed
And
me.
he's investing in the relationship
But she's just profiting.
wholeheartedly. He's investing into this relationship, and she's there sitting there going, well, it doesn't really matter what's going on because my bills are paid and he's a sucker, and that's fine. And when I dump him, that's fine. I'll just find another guy to rip off.
But she owns the. She's the landlord. She can get any way she wants.
I know, but she would rather, and that people that said, oh, it's like renting to your friend. Your
No,
friend
your friend,
knows you're
no.
the landlord.
That's a different thing. You're honest with your friend, but you're not honest with your man. Make it make
That
sense,
part.
Jesus.
Her friends probably know she's a landlord, and
Yeah.
that's even more embarrassing
That's even
because the
worse.
friends, if they don't know that the man doesn't know, or they do know, it's a ha 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 girl. Like I would never.
No.
There is no way, as a friend, I would co-sign that behavior
No,
because
no,
it's disgusting.
no.
Let me give you an example. So Garcia just gave an example of me winning the lottery. It is like us going through financial hardship, and I'm sitting on the money.
Same thing.
Sitting on the money.
Okay.
I'm going, I see him struggling, but he's trying to do everything and give us all because he's got the car payment and the house and all the bills.
Right.
But I'm like, yo, I'm sitting about 100 stack right now. and I just watch him struggle. And he happens to find out that I'm sitting on 100 stacks.
Yeah.
You're going to need it.
Because I'm yelling in his face.
You don't even sneakily say, "Oh, you know what, honey? This month I've got it. This month I've got it." I could see if you even sneakily say, "Oh, you know what, honey? Here's $5,000 for this month."
Here, she said, "Yo, my parents gave me this. Here, you take it."
Thank you.
Like, sort of be like, here you go.
Jesus.
Okay, but you're gonna sit.
Knowing that
And
their
what-
man is struggling. No, that's not right.
Like, let's say the couple, their car was about to be like grabbed up, and you're sitting on $10 million and watching them take the car away. Yeah, because like moving the car away, and you're there like,
I don't know what we're going to do.
Or a peace
I don't know what
sign.
we're going to do.
How you gonna figure it out, babe? How you gonna make this work? But it is, listen, ladies, please, if you have a good man who is out there giving you everything he has as a man to protect and provide, for the love of God, treat that man good.
That's all.
Do not go at, like, I just couldn't imagine our grandmothers or great grandmothers going out there in a public forum, calling the entire town or village or wherever you're from, standing up there and screaming out loud, my husband's an idiot because he's been paying rent on a property I own. Our grandmothers and great grandmothers weren't doing that. For the love of
They
God.
would never do that. No.
They would never.
No.
And I'm just going to quickly reset the room. This is
Please do.
Girl Talk. And we are so grateful for Radio Regent Live. That's their handle. They play our show. Actually, the show is playing right now on Radio Regent, syndicated through iHeartRadio. We are on Instagram, usually at 3 p.m. Eastern Time on Saturdays. Today, it's special edition, 7 p.m. Eastern Time to late night. It ain't much different from the day, but that's fine. And then we've got our show, which airs on Radio Regent, syndicated through iHeartRadio, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Check us out on iHeartRadio. Thank you all for listening, and back to the show.
Back to the show.
So, ladies, and ladies. Listen, I think I've said this before, and people might think I'm cruel, but like, I rate parenthood like a 3, right? Like, it's a 3 stars for me.
Yeah.
But I also only have one child, and I'm not expecting anybody to take up the responsibility of my child. But if you are a woman with 4 children between the ages of 2 and 6, should you be dating?
No. Absolutely not. Take care of your kids. They're all babies. Personally speaking, I mean, everyone to each their own, but if it were me, no. I'm taking care of my kids.
Now let me add to that. You were married to their father and he died of COVID. Should you be dating?
After a year of him passing.
No.
Yes.
I guess
Your
she's saying
husband died of COVID.
He died last year.
Died of
And
COVID.
you want to get back in the dating world?
Yes.
With your 4 kids?
And
Yes.
you have said that you want to marry this person that you date and have him take care of you and the 4 children.
Yes, and we're gonna hear this in the lady's own words. Okay? And she was on our favorite show, Kevin Samuels.
Kevin
I was recently widowed. Last year, I was married to a high value man.
Okay.
We had 4 children.
All right.
So I've been listening to your program for
4?
over a year.
You said you have 4 children?
I have 4 children.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I've been listening to your program for over a year, and I realized that I don't want to be alone. And I made some changes. I lost weight. I'm bettering myself, and I'm doing so many things because I don't want to be alone.
Okay. How long were you married?
I was married for 6 years.
And was the loss expected or unexpected?
Unexpected. This was due to COVID.
Okay. So, are you dating again?
No, but I would like to date again.
How old is your youngest child?
6.
And how old is your oldest?
I'm sorry. My oldest is 6, and my youngest is 2.
Oh my. Wowzers.
Yeah, so that's the dilemma. Like, I know it's going to be quite difficult for me to get back to the
Well,
scene.
well, why do you think it's going to be difficult? I want to know from your standpoint. Like,
Because I have 4 children, I know it's going to take a special kind of man to want to marry me and to incorporate my 4 children into his life. So it's like, it's just a challenge.
Do you really have the? And I'm asking.
So,
if you don't know.
listen,
Do you really
Yeah,
have-
this.
that man is going to be Jesus.
Yes, as our listener and watcher Angie.
Or
I don't even know if Jesus wants that. Yo, he's got enough problems as it is in the land. Jesus
Look,
don't need that.
Permanently ill man in need of citizenship.
Here's the thing.
And he probably won't be
So
the
wrapped
high
up.
value man she's looking for because the poor man will be coming from, another country. I also want to mention,
Yo.
this is a very important about this young lady. Everyone, she lives in Los Angeles, one of the hardest places on the planet, not just in America, but in the planet to date, because it's full of Angelina Jolie, Halle Berry, and Michael B. Jordan and
Gorgeous
Keanu
looking
Reeves.
person.
Like nothing but good-looking people there that are rich.
Even the bums are beautiful.
Yeah.
Like, girl.
I have a question. I have a question. How can you be lonely with 4 kids between 2 and 6? You can't be lonely with 4 kids between 2 and 6.
She's
Them
not
kids
lonely.
are
She
always
should be
on you.
exhausted.
You are not lonely.
She's not lonely.
I just picture her going on a date and all 4 kids pressed up against the window like, I miss my daddy. I miss my daddy.
That part.
Maybe she'll bring them on a date.
Maybe she
Husband.
bring them on the date.
You might be ready to move on, but I don't know if your kids are.
No.
There
Their
is-
dad died.
Right
Kids
there.
are
That's kind of important.
Right there.
Of COVID.
That's it.
Their dad just died.
Of COVID.
Their
Oh,
dad
man.
just died.
Unexpectedly.
Girl,
And
she's
you worried about
honest. Wow.
you and you're worried about you and what it takes to maintain I realize I don't want to be alone.
Right.
I don't want to be alone.
I realized I don't want to be alone. And the thing is, sis, you've been
Come
alone
on.
for like 11 months. Like,
Come
not 5 years, 11 months.
And that's the thing too. I mean, with motherhood, when you're a mother, and Shiva, I know you can say this, you sacrifice yourself. It's a selfless, it's not about you anymore. It's about your kids. You're not thinking about your loneliness, because clearly she's not lonely. She has 4 picnic, and she has a mom that lives with her. As I think that
she expects
wants
the
her
mom
mom
to take care of her
kids
4 kids
while she
goes out on dates. Her mother, who already raised her, and now should be enjoying her later life.
Nah, yo, you're a mom. You need to put your kids first. I'm sorry if she's feeling lonely, to each their own, but she needs to focus on her kids.
How lonely can you be with 4 young kids? You're
I
not.
wish you would
Trust
explain
me.
that, 'cause I would like to know.
Trust me. I had 1 child, and I wasn't lonely. I was never lonely.
They're never lonely.
4 between 2 and 6.
She should be
You know what?
exhausted, if anything.
I didn't want to go there, but I'm going to go there.
Mhm.
You were only married for 6 years. Technically, you should have all still been in that honeymoon phase where when he passed away, you wanted to throw yourself into the hole with the casket.
That part,
Like,
that part.
Sis,
How am I gonna live my life?
how much did he love your husband?
I guess not enough, because she's lonely.
Because you're ready to move
Today.
on with his children that have his face.
Yep.
You're full on ready to go get married. Come on, girl.
And I think she also
Who are
said
you
that
playing?
she also said that she would have another kid with the new man.
Here was the thing. And that's the part that I think Kevin was like, now you're being ridiculous. Okay. So You have, and ladies, I'm gonna keep it real. So you have your 4 little liabilities, okay? Because
Girl.
that's how men look at your children. Men do not look at your children by another man as an asset to their life.
Right.
Okay? It doesn't add. What it does is take out of their pocket, so you're giving to another man's child. Even, in this situation, the man's passed away, so it's not like there's conflict, but that's the reality. So now she's got her 4 little liabilities, and she's only possibly going to, because she's, I think, 33 now, she's only going to possibly give a man 1 child. So he's got to take care of his 1 asset, because his child is an asset to him, not a liability. But he's got to split his 1 assets fund between that child and 4 other little liabilities. No, ma'am.
And she wants a man that can afford to take care of 5 kids in Los Angeles and take care of her. Like,
yes,
delusion. We always say cancel delusion. And if you watch us enough, you've heard Rob say it 6 trillion times. And we have a classic case of delusion right here, because she really believes that this is doable. It's like, yeah, I'll find a high value man to take me, my 4 kids that I've just been, I've been a widow for like a year. And I'm also going to have a baby for him. And he's going to pay all the bills and take care of these children like they're his. And my mom is going to babysit my kids while I go on and date. And my mom, sure, she can do it. It's only 4 kids.
And it sounds like she has the mind of a 5-year-old. The way you
Thank you.
She's thinking like
she sounds immature.
She sounds very mature, and she's like, lady, you're 33 years old. Grow up. You're living in Los Angeles, the land where plastic surgeons have like God magic.
Listen.
They can make anything turn into some gorgeous, sexy thing, and they have no kids. Why would a high value man want this woman with 4 kids?
And you're 4 walking liabilities.
And for what?
We have.
Why would a man want that?
Exactly. And then remember,
this
as
time.
Kevin Samuels always says, and I agree, he's like, why would they want you when they could find a beautiful, fit woman with no kids who also lives a lifestyle that would suit, his lifestyle? Like, why would he go for you?
And because if he wants to get up and go to Paris tomorrow, he don't care about you and your babysitter. He wants to go to Paris for 2 weeks. So you better be able to go to Paris for 2 weeks. If he wants to go sail, if he wants to go do whatever, he doesn't want your, and it's sorry, and I know it's cruel. I've been a single mother. I knew that my daughter was not an asset to anybody but me and her daddy. Simple. And I wasn't, and there were reasons I didn't have additional children, because I didn't want other little liabilities or assets for myself. I didn't want it. So there was no expectation that you've got me and this little liability and you need to take care of both of us. She's got to wait until them kids are older. I'm sorry, ma'am. And that's what Kevin told her. Wait until them kids are older, because right now the kids are grieving and you want to go shake your booty on Todd at the club because you're out there dating. You better make the stallion knees home with your kids. Paw Patrol is what you need.
Thank you.
Man, as a rule of thumb, men don't really want to raise other men's children, and men are not really cool with other men raising their children. As a rule of thumb.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I believe that we've all seen examples of that in our own personal lives. And I believe that what this woman needs to do, what she should be working on, is continuing to work on herself.
That's it.
To make sure that she can take care of these children. Wait until the youngest is literally, and it sounds rough, I would say 10 years old. And then, take those years to better yourself, make yourself the best you can be. And then when your child is 10, be like, yeah, it's time to be, time to be out there again. But girl, where are you going right now?
With your husband's been dead for a year. You have 4 children between the ages of 2 and 6. You moved from New York to LA and dragged your mama with you, but you want to be out in them streets doing what? I'm sorry. Where's the morning? No, girl.
23 years old with no kids.
No. I also love how she tried to justify her actions when she was like, I worked on myself and I lost weight, so I'm tired of being lonely.
But what about
I
your
smell her
kids?
mama in the mix too. I'm just honest. I smell her mama.
Think her mama's probably saying,
I
"Go find
smell
you a
her.
new man, girl."
They started planning that move again. Logistically, it's impressive. They started planning that. They got the insurance checks cleared. They moved quickly.
Because
Mhm.
that is a quick move with. And she did say her husband was a high value man and he left her in a good position. So
Right.
she's not like she
Right.
to move from New York to LA, you're definitely not struggling.
No.
With 4 kids and your mama.
Like, girl, stop playing. Go get your little boy toy on the side and
Go get you
focus on
some
your kids.
therapy. Go get you some therapy with them babies who've lost their daddy unexpectedly
Yeah.
to COVID. Go
Yeah.
deal with that. Any woman who has 4 children in quick succession with a man tells me she was planning a long-term future.
Right.
Pop, 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 and
Right.
pop. 2, 3, I think 5 and 6 are the
Mhm.
kids' ages. Something of the sort. So you were planning a lifetime with that man, and that man's been gone for a year, and you can't even mourn for a year? But you
Like,
were planning a lifetime with him? Girl, bye. I'm done.
yeah,
You better
like,
go take care of them babies.
listen,
Take care
and
of the kids.
remember
That's
too,
it.
girl, go make some friends. Like, go make some girlfriends. Like, establish yourself in LA. You don't even know nobody yet. You've only been there for less than a year. Like, girl, like, make a foundation. Make sure those kids are in a good school. Make sure things are going right. Like, come on.
Girl, she
Three,
doesn't
you
have
can't
time
wait
for
3
friends.
years.
She wants friends. She wants a man.
Time goes by
I
fast.
smell her mama's cooking. I'm telling you, her mama's in the background like, girl, make this happen. Because I'm pretty sure if her mom had a lot going on, she would not have just up and moved with her
True.
daughter.
True.
It's the
That's
type
true.
of thing we be talking about all the time. Like her entire future is bankrolled on her daughter. She's probably living with them and her
Oh, no,
husband.
she probably was.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
the 4 little babies. Like, and grandma gonna be here to help take care of the kids. So yeah, they definitely looking for another financier, basically.
Mhm.
Speaking of people looking for financiers, there is another video, and we don't even have a lot of time. And I think we're just honestly going to get through this video. It's going to be so exhausting. I don't even know if we'll have anything to say once it's done.
Oh yeah, I don't like her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't like her.
I'm just going to play the video.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna hold on. I'm just gonna play. Hold on. Let me just. Hold on. I'm gonna rewind it a little bit.
One that positive energy.
Oh crap! I keep messing up. Hold on, everybody. Okay.
Yeah, that was nice to you. Oh yeah, I'm just texting my friend. She was just texting.
No, it was no problem. I had food and left it on the table, and I was trying to get your attention, but you kept walking, so you probably didn't hear me. So that's why I was bringing over.
So what you came out here for?
I mean, I was bringing. I want somebody to bring in mine. I'm gonna break anyway, so it means.
Well, I'm grown. What else you came out here for?
Obviously that, and it's obvious, that you're British. So I was trying to talk to you, see if I can get to know you a little bit.
I want to get to know you. So what else you do outside this little job?
It's a job, not this job. So I'm a bartender, so that's what I do. I'm working on a business, also,
But you working on a business?
Yeah, I'm working on a business.
You working on a business, or you trying to get in my business?
I'm working on a business. We can actually make good money. Like I get the bills paid, I have spending, but don't let the title fool you. We make some good money here.
So what you drive?
I have a vehicle. What you mean with that?
A vehicle? What kind of vehicle?
I have a Monte Carlo. I got a 2013 Monte Carlo.
What year we in?
The 2013, I said.
What year we in now?
2021. What that?
2020.
It's a car. It's A to B. It's a whip.
Right. So where you stay?
In the East. I got a house. Got a 2-bedroom.
A 2-bedroom.
Yeah, 2-bedroom. What you want me to have? A mansion or something?
No, I'm just wondering what the rest of. What is the rest of the house?
It's a 2-bedroom. It's not like it's 30 people stay with me. It's nice. I don't stay with nobody. I don't worry about nobody else coming in and out the house. If it's mine, I'm independent. Like, what's the problem? I got a house, got a car, got a job. What's the problem? Why you got me feel like I'm filling out an application?
I'm interviewing you. I ain't got time to waste. There's other people trying to fill the same position.
like a getting war or something.
That's where we at. So
I mean, I'm just trying to get to know you. Like,
so you got churn? I want you to know. You got. I want to get to know you.
yeah, I got one.
You won.
Yeah.
A whole child?
What you mean a whole?
Oh, I don't. That's one too many. That's one way too many.
You with kids or something?
Absolutely not.
Oh, so you don't have kids?
Oh no, I got 5.
You got 5 kids.
Yeah, I got 5.
So the kids, I mean, kids, blessings. I don't understand how you got 5 and you talking, you know. I mean,
Because I got enough for the both of us. I don't need somebody to have a child.
Right. I mean, I really trying to, you know, I'm just trying to get to know you, you know, whatever. Like,
Matter of fact, it's not gonna work. I figured it out. Nope, it's not gonna work. Nope, no, it's not gonna work.
I'm talking to you like
I know, but it's not gonna work.
Hey, you know how she sounded when she said I got enough for both of us? You know who she sounded like?
Who?
Me.
Which is hilarious.
She sounded like me.
Because
I say
Rob,
that.
as we can all see, is
It's a man.
I say that. I literally say that. I got enough for both of us.
You are a male.
She is the
Right. So that's I got
poster child.
right.
For the angry black woman. She's the face. When you look up in the dictionary, toxic black woman, her face is in there.
And
she is
it. If you want to know what a masculine woman sounds like, that's it.
Wow.
And salute. I'm sorry, babe, but salute to that king for remaining composed,
Very true.
not disrespecting that woman.
Absolutely. Good
Even
on
though
him.
she was being hypocritical. She made a man who is clearly proud of the life he lives in the way he presents himself, defend himself, and damn near like she tried to shame him for being an independent grown man.
So that's what I wanted to say. You've got a man, first of all, let me start with, and this is probably the last thing I'm going to say before we wrap up. This is a man who took his time to see that she had left her ID in the bar that he worked at and brought it to her. Right. So he was already doing a good deed, right? She took that instead of saying thank you because she's headed in her car where she's going to drive off. She didn't really even say thank you to him. Right. Then she went in on a man who's a bartender, and I know bartenders who make over 6 figures a year. Right. Let's just start there. He owns his own home. She asked him where the rest of it. He's a single man with 1 child. Why does he need to have a 2-bedroom home? And a woman with 5 kids had the nerve to say to a man, 1 child is too much, because she, like Mrs. 4 kids, moved from New York to LA, expecting some man to come in and take care of her 5 little liabilities. Okay. And she clowned the man for driving an 8-year-old car.
Right.
What?
Listen, and you know what? I want to say black women, because I'm talking to black women. Because to be fair, this is not the first time I've heard this sort of narrative from black women specifically. So y'all gonna be mad at me, but I honestly don't care because I'm a black woman too. And we need to stop this. You're wondering why you can't find nobody to love you. You're wondering why you're lonely. You're wondering why. It's because of foolishness like this. You are telling a man that he is no good because he owns a home, owns a car, has a job, is reliable, and cared enough to come out of his workplace to give you your ID and save you from having to replace it. To be honest, a young white man did that for me one day. And I told him, I was like, if I had time, I would have taken you out for a coffee because you saved me a lot of effort by bringing me my ID that I dropped on the floor. Okay. And you want to sit in your car and then you videotape it and put it online so you can make yourself look good, like it's a good thing that you did. Sis, sit down. You're a disgrace.
Thank you.
And you know, listen to what you said. She shamed a man for having a job, having a car, and owning a house. Having a car, having a job, and owning a house. That's what that man was shamed for. His little job, his little house, and his old car.
And 1 child.
And 1 child. A black man running around, 1 child, own house, have a job, and has a car.
1 child, which I don't know, for the math majors out there, that also means he only got 1 baby mom.
Yeah.
That's all.
I think that's a bonus. I think that this man, someone like, dude, what's your number, man?
Oh, he'll get picked up.
This is what most women are looking for.
He'll be all right.
He was polite. He was polite, and you could tell he was getting agitated because that was offensive how she was treating him.
Very.
But he still remained composed. Like I said, that was a king. She just disrespected like that.
Yeah.
And this is the last I'm going to add before our final word, because this story, so watching Kevin Samuels today, and this is my problem with what's going on in the Black community with Black women going around saying that they want high value men, yet they don't qualify. Mm-hmm. There was a lady on the show. She was a speech pathologist, and she was talking about she's a quality woman. She's 37, almost 38, and blah blah blah. And Kevin was just kind of like, how are you going to determine you're a quality woman? That was the first thing. She came on with the name Diva. Mm-hmm. So her thing was he was not having.
I remember this.
But when he said, you remember when he said to her, would you marry an average man making average salary? He says the average Black man makes about $41,000 a year. She in turn said to him, oh, you want me to marry a broke man? Kevin hung up on her. He said, how dare you talk to 80% of Black men in this world, talking in America, saying that they're broke. These are the bus drivers, the post office guys, the really good guys who work really hard. Your definition of a man going out and taking care of himself is that he's broke.
Wow.
This is our reality. You've got a woman who is taking advantage of a man by bringing 23. Yes, she may not have been Black, but it doesn't matter. She's a woman. 23 people on a date. You've got another woman who's scamming her boyfriend and putting it on TikTok for 1.3 million viewers to say that she's his landlord, yet he's paying all the bills. You got another woman with 4 young kids who won't even take the time to mourn her children. She's out there wanting to coochie pop on somebody else so they can take care of her. And now you've got a woman who's shaming a man for having a car, having a house, having a job, and having 1 kid. Good night, everybody. I have no much more to say. We can wrap up. I'm exhausted.
Yeah, I'm actually,
I'm
actually kind of, I'll be honest, I'm actually kind of pissed off, and I'm not very impressed with what women are up to. We've got to do better. We keep asking for more and more and more, and even when these guys are out here doing the most, we have something negative to say. We got to stop. We got to stop, because guess what? Men are waking up, everybody. Men are waking up. They're not falling for that anymore. We're in a new era. That's all I got to say.
I don't even know. I don't know if I have any words to say. It's just really sad what's going on, how women are treating men these days. Like, I was saying, therapy. We say the same thing every week, guys. Like, get therapy, treat people better, but it's like as if it's falling on deaf ears. I don't know if I have any words. I'm just kind of disgusted. It's really sad what's going on with these men right now. And that last girl, she's a work of art. Clown. She's a piece of work. I don't know.
I don't even have anything to say on this topic. I have something to say to him.
Oh,
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for being an amazing man and making me feel like the luckiest woman in the world. If I don't tell you that enough, I want to say thank you for making sure that the worries that I used to have, I no longer do. And I love you for that. Those are my final words.
That's what I want to see more of.
Hey, but real talk, we've been bonding like crazy all week. So, like, we've been talking like that a lot this last week, like, seriously. So, but to acknowledge it on camera like that, I appreciate it so much. And I agree with you wholeheartedly. We need more of that. We need more building up, less tearing down. We need more collaboration and less competition. And because nothing's wrong with competition other than when you're throwing wrenches in other people's spokes.
All of that. Truly. All of that. Truly.
And with that, Kelly's got some final words.
I do. I want to say thank you so much, everyone, for watching on our special time tonight. We are the Not Your Typical Girl Talk crew. Find us right here on Instagram. Give us a follow. We are also on Facebook. We have a Facebook group, although Facebook is going through some weird changes right now, but that's all right. We have a Facebook group. Find us under the same name, Not Your Typical Girl Talk. We got a YouTube channel. We want to get our YouTube channel, up and running. So go there, watch all of our past episodes. This is Persia. I am Kelly. We got Queen Shiva. We got Robbie Rob times 3. We are here. We are here. Thank you guys so much for
Hey, 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 hey.
Bye. See you time.